Hey, baby. Uh-huh. When will it end? Now, that's 1970.
Before his
That's,
time.
this is 50 years later. There's still war going on. Man has been at war with one another since man has been on this planet.
Yeah.
And I think sports was supposed to take care of that. Isn't that why they had the Olympics? Sports action. People wouldn't be so quick to fight and start a war anymore. There's less war now probably than it was then. So we'll just take it at that. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. If it's 1 o'clock, you are here in the Amazing Grace SportsNetwork. On a Tuesday, it's an NBA Tuesday, which means we are covering the Eastern Conference, and we will cover all the games that happened last night. There were a couple of games. There were 9 games that happened yesterday. 9 whole games. Boston Celtics played, and the Los Angeles Lakers played also. Yep. Well, let's get on to the important game. Let's start with the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics took on the Charlotte Hornets once again. They just played them Saturday. They played them on Martin Luther King Day. It's supposed to be a peaceful day.
It was.
Float
right on through.
Yeah. No, peaceful. Just go out and just chill. No games, no contests. But anyway, and Boston won 130 to 112. 130 to 112. They won by 12 points. It really wasn't a close game for most of the game, and they put it away in the fourth. What happened was in the third though, Charlotte scored more. But let's get on to the scoring. Jason Tatum had 51 points. That's right, 51 points. He now passes Larry Bird on the all-time Celtics list as the player who has the most 50-point games. He and Bird were tied at 4. Jason Tatum at age 24 now has 5. Age 24. Age 24.
He's rocking and rolling.
Unbelievable. Okay, Jason went 15 for 23. I want you guys to take note of that. 15 for 23. He only missed 8 shots.
8. Just 8.
7 for 12, 3-point line, 51 points. He's averaging 31, so 51's a little jump up. Al Horford.
How many foul shots he hit?
14 for 14. Practice your foul shots, kids, because if you make your foul shots, you can get to 50 points. And if you don't, then you're at 30-something. Easily. Al Horford chipped in 8. Robert Williams, he went 4 for 5, chipped in 8. Marcus Smart, 4 for 8 with 10 points. And that's where I like to see Marcus in the 10-shot to 15-shot range. Not jacking it up too many times. And Derek White, there's a Derek White sighting. He had 19 points, played 30 minutes for 19. He was 5 for 11. And they only got 32 points for the bench. So that really doesn't matter. 16 of it came from Malcolm Brogdon. So they did pretty good. Grant Williams gave him 9. So wasn't much of a game. I mean, it's not that the Hornets can do much. They have Jalen McDaniels. He gave him 26. He's averaging 11. So he upped his total. P.J. Washington, whose real name is Paul Jermaine Washington, he played 37 minutes, gave him 17. Mason Plumlee played 31 minutes, gave him 19 points. Mason Plumlee, woo! LaMelo Ball played 35, gave him 25 points. He was 5 for 12. He was 8 for 23. Terrible shooting. But the worst shooting of all was Terry Rozier. He went 6 for 17. He played 36 minutes, and he gave him 14 points. And they got 17 points from the bench, but it didn't matter. They were not going to beat the Celtics even without Jaylen Brown in the lineup.
Where's Gordon Hayward at?
Gordon Hayward, isn't he in Charlotte? Yeah, he's in Charlotte. It doesn't matter.
Why didn't he play?
We can find that out. Where is Gordon? Probably not injured as he usually is.
He's for 30 mil. He's the only one getting played on that team.
Yeah, you know, he can sell out all he wants for 30 mil. I mean, is somebody really paying him 30 mil?
Yeah, 30 mil.
Oh my gosh.
He's the highest paid on that team.
You know what?
And Terry Rozier is following at 21 mil.
They don't know what to do with their money, do they? He's out on a hamstring. So he was ruled out. Out again. It even says it right here in the in the update here. Out again. Gordon Hayward out again. So that pretty much sums up his career since for the last 5 years. Out again. That's all I got with the Celtics. What we got coming up? I think
we got the Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. If you bet it on Indiana, you lose. Milwaukee won 132 to 119.
Woo!
See, Mr. Nesmith, Mr. Aaron Nesmith, 24 minutes, 3 for 8 field goals. He hit 7 points. Mr. Turner, Mr. Miles Turner, 36 minutes, 11 of 17 field goals. He hit 30 points. Nice. Mr. Nebhard, Andrew Nebhard. He did 33 minutes, 3 for 9. He hit 7 points. Mr. Buddy Hield, 38 minutes, 6 for 15. He hit 18 points. And Mr. Benedict Methurin. He played 28 minutes. He did 3 for 8, 8 of 3 field goals, and he got 12 points. And let's see, off their bench was TJ McConnell, 32 minutes. He hit 11 of 16, 4 for 4 3-pointers, 3 for 3 foul shots, and he got 29 points off the bench. The remainder of the bench got 16 points. So, what are you gonna do?
Play the bench. You gotta play the bench.
Let's see what Milwaukee did. Let's see. We got Mr. Portis. Bobby Portis.
They put Bobby Portis in the starting lineup. Go figure, huh?
Bobby Portis, 34 minutes. He hit 7 of 16. He hit 21 points. That's not bad, Mr. Bobby.
Yeah, not bad.
He might belong there. Mr. Lopez, Mr. Brook Lopez. He did 34 minutes. He hit 8 of 11 for 19 points. All right. Mr. Holiday.
Jrue Holiday.
37 minutes, 13 of 19. He hit 35 points. Okay, Holiday.
Okay.
Mr. Pat Connaughton. 28 minutes, 3 for 7. He hit 8 points. And Mr. Grayson Allen, 32 minutes. He hit 6 of 13 for 17 points.
So you're telling me, okay, they got 32 points for the bench. So you're telling me that Milwaukee beat Indiana without Giannis and without Chris Middleton.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Not much can be said about Indiana. Nothing good.
Well. I don't know.
Well,
Milwaukee got all the big money people, so
Indiana. Yeah, but two of them weren't playing. Chris Middleton and Giannis, they ain't even out there.
So they made them even.
And they still lost. And Indiana still lost. TJ McConnell scored 29. His name is Timothy John. TJ stands for Timothy John. I guess I would go with TJ too. Now, this guy, Benedict Mathurin, he was coming off the bench and doing darn good. They put him into the starting lineup. They got 12 points from him. 12 points. Funny how that changes. Okay, moving on to the team that has the best home record in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland was playing host to the New Orleans Pelicans, who are without Zion Williamson and without Brandon Ingram. And, of course, Cleveland took them to the woods. He showed them what it was all about. They beat them 113-103, 113-103, because you're not going to come to Cleveland missing your two biggest stars and beat them. Donovan Mitchell didn't even have a good game. We'll get to that. But New Orleans, who did they play? Najee Marshall. Najee played 36 minutes, 7 for 12, not bad. Scored 14 points. You're going to need some more out of Najee. Jonas Valanciunas. Yes, Jonas Valanciunas. He was 7 for 9, pretty darn good. Played 35 minutes, had 22 points. C.J. McCollum, he's been carrying this team. Christian J. McCollum played 36 minutes, went 8 for 20, had 25 points. Trey Murphy, the third, played 33, was 7 for 14, had 17. He's going to do better than that. And Dyson Daniels, whew, I know there's somebody on the bench who can do better than this. He played 29 minutes. He only shot the ball 4 times and scored 4 points. They got 21 from the bench. It was so dismal. I'm not even going to mention anybody on there. 21 points out of 4 players, so they averaged 5 points apiece. Well, let's get on to the team that won, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland has the best home record in the league. It's unbelievable.
They might be doing all right since LeBron left, huh?
Yeah, they got players who want to play. Who want to play some defense, darn it. Players that don't mind working together. Don't want all the glory. They are 19-4 on the season. They've won 19 games, only lost 4 games at home.
Wow.
These guys are killing them. So let's get to Cleveland. Evan Mobley played 40 minutes. Woo! Got to give you a break once in a while, Evan. Had 19. Mr. Okoro played 29 minutes, went 4 for 8, had 11. Jarrett Allen played 37 minutes, was 9 for 12. You need a guy like him on your team. 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
Wow.
Like Jason Tatum, make your free throws, and you'll end up with 24 points.
Hey.
Ding! 9 for 12, 24 points, plus 14 in the plus-minus column. Darius Garland actually saved the day, but he had a horrible shooting day getting there. 9 for 22. He was 7 for 7 from the free throw line, though, and he had 30 points. He saved them at the end. And Mr. Donovan Mitchell took the night off, basically. He only played 22 minutes. He was 3 for 9, and he had 11 points. So, Donovan, you better watch out, or your point average is going to go down. Right now, you're at 28. You can't score 11 points too many more times without that dipping. And they got 18 points from the bench playing 5 people. So that's not going to be mentioned. 5 people contributed 18 points. Not even going to go into that.
Oh, shoot.
Looks like Toronto and New York.
Next we have Toronto and the New York Knicks.
New York. I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps.
Hey, we'll let you take that one. My computer just crashed on me.
All right. I've been practicing for this. New York. And I wanted to say something about New York, too. Because Toronto Raptors went into New York City and beat New York 123-121. 123-121. New York Knicks, you cannot lose at home. Well, not to Toronto. They're a team that's worse than you. Toronto is at 11. They've only won 20 games out of 44. And you at number 6. You're well over 500, and you lost to Toronto at home. This is the problem with the Knicks. The Knicks have the worst home record in the league. Their home record is this. They've won 11 and lost 12 at home. They play better on the road.
Wow.
Madison Square Garden sucks for the Knicks to play there.
They got to change the floor. They got to change the floor.
Anyway, let's get to it. Pascal Siakam came out there. He played 46 minutes. They only gave him 2 minutes rest the whole game. He played 46 minutes, got 20 points. This guy should have been tired, dead on his feet. and he still finished the game. OG Anunoby. Yep, OG Anunoby. That's him. Played 40 minutes. Was 3 for 10. Terrible. And had 10 points. Mr. Barnes, Sam Barnes, played 45 minutes. They played these starters up to yin yang.
Yeah.
Barnes had 45 minutes, 26 points. Fred Van Vliet played 45 minutes, had 33 points.
Woo, those minutes are terrible, man.
These guys are all over 40. There's not one. The lowest one had 40, period. So they just played these friggin' starters. Gary Trent Jr. played 42 minutes, had 18 points. Off the bench, they got 16 points from 4 people. 2 had 8, 2 had 0. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches did not play decisions. Wow. That was the Toronto Raptors, and they still won. New York Knicks. Julius Randle. Thank God for Julius Randle. You can depend on him, but he had a bad shooting night. He went 7 for 20. Gave him 21 points. He played 42 minutes, 6 for 9 from the free throw line. Mikal Robinson played 37 minutes. He was 5 for 8 and gave him 11 points. Going to have to do better. Jalen Brunson played 43 minutes, was 11 for 29. Woo, that hurts. 2 for 6 from three-point line for 26 points. RJ Barrett played 49 minutes. Is that possible?
Wow, that's a whole game.
Oh, because they went in overtime. Now we see they went in overtime. Okay. Yeah, 49 minutes. That's more than it's not possible. I want you guys to know this is his game. He was covering this game. So it's news to me that they went into overtime as I look at it. I'm just as surprised as you are, which makes it even better. Yeah, he played 49 minutes. He gave him 32 points. They said, buddy, you're the best shooter we got out here. He went 10 for 23, really good shooting. And Quentin Grimes, the little spark plug there, played 40 minutes, 3 for 5 for 10 points. They got 19 points off the bench. Emmanuel Quickly gave him 14 of that 19. One player gave him 14 of that 19.
Wow.
No, they got 21 points. 21 points. One player gave him 14 of that 21. And the Knicks lose in Madison Square Garden, 123 to 121.
We got the Warriors. The Warriors went to Washington to play the Wizards. And if you bet the Wizards, you lose. Because the Warriors won 127 to 118.
But there's a spoiler here. Draymond Green.
Draymond Green
played. And
Draymond Green, 35 minutes for 17 points. Whoa.
17 points.
Draymond.
Oh, my God.
Happened? He
5 for 6 from the line.
He had 5
There's a Draymond Green sighting. It's over Washington.
Wow. Draymond, good job, bro. Good
Draymond Green sighting in Washington.
Hey, is that his home state or something?
I don't know. But Kevin, you're going to take the next one. You're going to take Miami and Atlanta. So I'll finish this one off.
All right, go ahead.
Kevin Looney played 27 minutes and gave him a big whopping 2 points. Way to go, Kevin. Mr. Wiggins. Was it Andrew Wiggins?
Mr. Wiggins. Yeah. We got
Anthony or Andrew. Mr. Wiggins. You know who he is. Played 32 minutes.
Andrew Wiggins. Yep. Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins. 6 for 15. Not a great night, but gave him 14 points. Steph Curry is back in action, gave him 38 minutes. Woo!
Still hitting.
Now this 38 minutes, he shot 12 for 28, which is not that great. But he shot 6 for 15. He just kept jacking them up.
Yeah.
Went 11 for 12 from the free throw line and had 41 points.
He got practice for the playoffs.
Yeah, he's got to get ready. They're gonna have All-Star break pretty soon, so don't worry about that. Jordan Poole played 37 minutes, was 12 for 20, and he had 32 points. Klay Thompson was out. The coach decided not to play him, and Bradley Beal was out for Washington, but he's been out for a while. I think he has some hamstring problems. So they had to do with Kyle Kuzma, who played 40 minutes, gave him 16. Kyle's averaging 22. Now, here's the deal. When you're a star and you are a star, Kyle, you can't give him 16 points, okay? And your average is 22. You're gonna have to pull it up a little bit higher, okay? You're playing at home. You know the rims. You know where the bounces are. You know where the dead spots are. You have to take advantage of the other team. Corey Kispert. I don't know why they're playing Corey. Corey played 28 minutes. Took 5 shots. Gave him 5 points. Kristaps Porzingis tried to pick up the slack. Kristaps played 37 minutes, was 9 for 15. Great shooting average right there, and had 32 points. But he was a minus 17 in the plus-minus column. Not working out. Mr. Daniel Gafford, he played 22 minutes, 6 for 8, 14 points. Daniel, you're going to have to shoot the ball more. He was a plus 17 in the plus-minus column. Should have played. And Monty Morris played 31 minutes, had 17 points. He's only averaging 10, so he picked it up. And if he can pick it up, so can't you, Kyle. Rui Hachimura, oh, I love this guy. 16 points, 7 for 9 shooting. 7 for 9 shooting, 16 points. 2 for 3 from the three-point line. 16 of the 34 points that came off the bench for Washington, but it was not enough. Washington loses 127 to 118, 127 to 118, so they lost by 9. At home.
Hey.
In front of family.
In front of the family and friends.
Yep. In front of friends and family, they lost. Come to the game. No.
Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks. If you bet on Miami Heat, you lose.
Yes.
You lose.
I'm not biased.
Atlanta Hawks won 121 to 113. Let's see what Miami did. Mr. Butler. Jimmy Butler
did it.
34 minutes, 34 points. He had 11 of 16 field goals, 1 and 1 3-pointers. 11. He had all his foul shots, 11 on 11.
All his foul shots, 11 for 11.
So he wasn't the problem. You see Mr. Martin, Khalid Martin, 26 minutes. He had 3 of 5 field goals, 1 of 1 on the 3-pointers, and no foul shots. He didn't drive to the hole at all. He got 7 points. Then we have Mr. Adebayo. Bam Adebayo.
Bam.
$30 million man. 36 minutes, 9 of 19 shooting, no 3-pointers, 2 of 2 for the foul shots. He hit 20 points. Mr. Gabe Vincent. 26 minutes, 4 of 10 field goals, 10 of 7 3-pointers, no foul shot. Drive to the hole either.
Nope.
Mr. Hero, Tyler Hero. 31 minutes, 7 of 16, 1 of 8 3-pointers, and no foul shots.
1 of 8 for 3-point line, huh?
Yeah, 15 points.
1 of 8 from 3-point line.
The bench gave him 27 points. So 4 people on the bench, 27 points off the bench. You lose.
You lose.
Atlanta Hawks, Mr. Collins, Mr. John Collins. He played 32 minutes. He had 6 of 9 field goals. He missed his only 3-pointer, 2 of 2 foul shot. He had 14 points. Okanagwa, Mr.
Okongwu. Where are they coming with these last names that are so hard to pronounce?
Onyeka
Okongwu.
Okay, 27 minutes. He had 3 of 3 field goals, 2 of 2 foul shots. He hit 8 points.
He only shot the ball 3 times? That's it?
He hit all 3. That's it. Mr. Hunter, DeAndre Hunter, 33 minutes, 6 of 10 field goals, 1 of 4 3-pointers, 2 of 2 foul shots. He had 15 points. Mr. Young, Trey Young, 36 minutes, 6 of 13 field goals, 3 of 6 on the 3-pointers, 9 of 11 foul shots. He had 24 points. Mr. Murray, DeJounte Murray, 35 minutes, hit 11 of 17. Field goals, 5 of the 8 three-pointers he threw up, 1 foul shot, and he had 28 points.
Okay.
And the 4 people on the bench, 24, 32 points.
They had 32?
Yeah. 32 points total.
Yeah, they did. 32 points. 8 of them came from Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Bogdan.
Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Mr. A.J. Griffith gave him 12 points, too.
Yeah, and Clint Capella. There's a Clint Capella site. They had him come off the bench. But it didn't matter because they beat Miami. Now, what is this with Miami? How come when they played the Celtics, they're all brass balls and tough as nails?
That's the game that matters.
Then they play the Atlanta Hawks, a team that's 500, barely 500, and they lose. It's amazing. This is like astrology or something. It's like, what's going to happen today? I'll tell you what happened yesterday with Utah Jazz in Minnesota. Woo! This was a barn burner. Okay. Now, Utah went to Minnesota to play, and they defeated Minnesota by 1 point. 1 point, ladies and gentlemen, just 1 point. Which, if you're going to lose, and you're the home team, it's better off that you lose something like that. But here's the problem. Okay. Minnesota was ahead. They were comfortably ahead in this game, and they were outscored in the last quarter 39, which means they just took their foot off the gas and let this one get away. So we're going to start right into it. 126 to 125, Utah won. Let's go over what the Utah starters did. We have Jarrett Vanderbilt, Mr. Vanderbilt. He played 26 minutes. He was 4 for 5. Gotta love this guy. He only shot the ball 5 times and made 4 of it. He was 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Sign this guy up. He's a guy you need. He had 15 points. Walker Kessler played 31 minutes, 9 for 13. 2 for 4 from the free throw line. He had 20 points. Oh, but I forgot to tell you guys. Walker Kessler had 21 rebounds.
Whoa.
21 rebounds. Who gets 21 rebounds in the NBA anymore these days? I don't know of a person. Nobody.
Offensive and defensive rebounds.
Yeah. He had 12 defensive and 9 offensive. So he was cleaning the glass. Mike Connolly, who's about 105 years old, played 30 minutes.
Come on, man.
That's right. Mike Conley's been around for a little while.
He's 35 years old. He's 35. He's younger than Blake.
105, 35. It's like 35 is 105 in basketball years.
Come on, man.
Okay. Well, Mike played 30 minutes, was 5 for 8. He's always been an efficient shooter, though. I always give him that. He's always been an efficient shooter, never a high volume shooter. Had 14 points after playing 30 minutes. Jordan Clarkson, their main man, the guy who's averaging 21 points a game, played 33 minutes, only shot 6 for 16, not great, 4 for 10 from the three-point line, but he was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He had 21, which is his average. And Malik Beasley came in and played 33 minutes and chipped in a big 10 points for them. Off the bench, as usual, Colin Sexton came to the rescue. Colin Sexton played 26 minutes and had 19 points. In Ochai Agbaji, Ochai Agbaji, he played 31 minutes, could have been a starter, and had 17 points off the bench. Total bench scoring was 56 points. So they did pretty darn well, those Utah Jazz coming into Minnesota. Now, Minnesota, here's the bright spot for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, a player of this, became the youngest player to hit 500 three-pointers. Surprisingly. Who knew? Yep. Yesterday, that's what happened. Other than that, they lost. Jalen McDaniels played 21 minutes, and gave him a big 5 points. Kyle Anderson played 34 minutes. He was 6 for 12. He gave him a big 13 points. Rudy Gobert. Rudy went out injured. He only played 5 minutes. He was 1 for 1, and he had 2 points. Here's where the problem lies, because they were already missing Kyle Anthony Towns. D'Angelo Russell tried to pick up the slack. He played 31 minutes, 6 for 11, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. He had 21 points. And then Anthony Edwards tried to pick up even more slack. He played 36 minutes, 10 for 25, not a great shooting night. 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 29 points. He's averaging 24, so he actually kicked it up a little bit. They got 55 points from their bench between Jalen Noel, Austin Rivers, and Taurean Prince for the majority of it. So there was 40 points out of that 55 came from those three. But there's not much else to say, okay, because they lost and they're dropping in the standings.
So we got the Phoenix Suns and we got the Grizzlies. If you betted on Phoenix Suns with our boy Chris Paul, you lose.
You lost.
You lose.
How bad it is? Dario Saric, who's been on the bench the first 20 games, is now a starter.
Hey. Let's jump right into it. Grizzlies won 136 to 106. Mr. Saric, Dario
Saric.
23 minutes, 4 of 9 field goals. He had 12 points. Mr. Torrey Craig, 25 minutes. He had 2 of 7 field goals.
Can I stop you right there? Look at the plus minus differential. Woo. And Torrey Craig.
30. Wow.
30. Everyone in the starting lineup is a minus 14 at least, but he topped him off with 30.
Well, he wanted to be a star somewhere.
He's standing out.
Mikal Bridges, 30 minutes, 8 of 16 field goals with 21 points. Mr. DeAndre Ayton, 30 minutes, 8 of 11 for 18 points. And Mr. Landry Shamet, 26 minutes. He had 2 of 9, 4 foul shots, and he hit a total of 9 points.
Samuel Shamet.
And they had a full bench, but the high scorer of the bench was Mr. Lee for 10 points. Damian Lee. Everybody else, single digits. Moving on into Memphis. Mr. Jackson Jr. Mr. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Love that guy.
26 minutes, 5 of 11 field goals for 18 points. Mr. Dylan Brooks, 24 minutes, 4 of 8 field goals for 9 points. Mr. Steven Adams, 24 minutes, 4 of 5 field goals for 8 points. Mr. Morant, the man, John Morant, he hit. Mr. John Morant hit 27 points, 11 of 20, 2 of 2 foul shots for 29 points.
He only played 27 minutes. 27 minutes. That's what it is.
27 minutes, 29 points. And then we have Mr. Desmond Bane. Desmond, 27 minutes. He had 10 of 12 field goals, 5 of 5 foul shots for 28 points. And that bench was pretty quiet. You got 13 from Mr. Kennedy, Brandon Clark, and Mr. Roddy. David Roddy gave you 10 points, and Mr. Jones.
Gave him 10 also.
Tyus Jones gave you 10 points.
Tyus Jones, yeah. He's
buttoned
it up.
They did what they needed to do because the Grizzlies.
They did what they needed to do.
136
they beat Phoenix by, you knew Chris Paul was not going to last long before he went out injured.
He had to go re-up.
Mike is getting some shots. Mike Conley's 105. Chris Paul's 135.
Some real numbers. Let me see. Chris Paul is 37. And you said Micah Bridges, he's 26.
Well, yeah, the Bridges is a young guy, but that Mike Conley. Remember you said Mike Conley's 35?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and Chris Paul's older than him. There's a lot of tread. There's not too much tread left on those tires. I want. Which brings me down. Why do people think Brooklyn can win? Well, I'll get back to that. Okay, there's the last game of the night. Last game of the night involved the Houston Rockets traveling to Los Angeles to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, and Houston, as usual, lost because that's what they do. I think they're the worst team in the Western Conference. Yes, they are. They're the worst team in the Western Conference. They're at the bottom. Just check that. Yes, they are. They've only won 10 games. So, have they won more than that? Oh, yeah. They've won more than that. How many games have they won? Well, who knows? Not that many. I can tell you right here. They're 10 games. They're still at 10 games.
At least they're consistent, right?
Houston has won 10 games. And for some reason, this was pumped all over ESPN. The Lakers playing Houston. Two bottom-feeding teams. Why? Why do they want to keep shoving LeBron James down our throat? I have no idea. But let's get into the game. Because Houston only lost by 8. It was close there in Los Angeles. They probably could have taken it. Some calls went against them late in the game, I'm sure. They sealed the deal. Okay, let's start off. Houston Rockets. We have Mr. Smith, who played 28 minutes, 5 for 11. I don't even know the first names of these guys, and I've covered them like for 2 months now. Yeah, that's good.
Which one you on, Smith?
Yeah, Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith Jr. is Jabari
Smith. Okay, that's how striking that Houston is jumping out to us. Okay, that's how much news they're making. We shouldn't notice them because they're losing.
Yeah.
Mr. Martin. I think it's
Kenyon
Martin. His father played in the NBA for the Nets.
Yeah.
Kenyon Martin. He played 30 minutes. He scored 17 points. Alperen Sengun. That's right. Alperen Sengun played 37 minutes. He was 4 for 17. Pretty darn good.
Yeah.
14 for 17. He had 33 points. Erick Gordon, our old friend Erick Gordon used to play for the Clippers. He played 32 minutes, was 5 for 11, and he scored 19 points. And they got 39 points from Mr. Green.
23 points, 39 minutes.
Oh, 39 minutes. 39 minutes, 23 points from Mr. Green. And the bench did 24 points. There's really not much to say there. Nobody had double figures off the bench. But it's Houston. What do we expect? Okay? We don't expect much. And you're not going to get much. And the Lakers, we had to listen to this all this morning. I had to listen to LeBron James' face plastered all over the screen because he scored 48 points. Yep. He scored 48 points, 36 minutes, shot the ball. That pretty good shooting average right there. Okay? He's 16 for 26. 5 for 10 from the three-point line. And 48 points against the Houston Rockets. He wasn't hurt for that game. He was hurt for that other game with Philadelphia, but he ain't hurt to play the Rockets. Okay.
Well, the Rockets scored 132 points, so they didn't defend too much either.
Well, he ain't playing no defense. We know that. There's no D in LeBron James' name at all.
Keep the points going.
Just give me the ball. And let me just shoot the ball. I'm going to shoot 10 three-pointers, make 5 of them. And somehow, he went to the line 12 times. Well, he went to the line probably 6 times or whatever, how many times. He made 11 or 12 for 48 points. How he gets to the line, you can't be close to him. If you're close to him, anywhere close to him when he drives to the hoop, the foul is going to be on you. Foul's on you, buddy. LeBron doesn't even turn around to see if the referee's calling the offensive foul on him. He immediately just starts walking toward the foul line. Nice job if you got it. Mr. Brown Jr. played 30 minutes. He was 2 for 4. Couldn't get too many shots up.
Troy
He
Brown.
has 6 points. Mr. Bryant, he played 18 minutes. I don't know about these starters. They don't play too many minutes. He was 1 for 6. He got 6 points. Pat Beverly, there's a Pat Beverly sighting. And when he wasn't cursing and swearing and threatening to beat up people, he played 22 minutes. He was 3 for 6. He had 11 points. And Dennis Schroeder, our old friend Dennis Schroeder, I don't know, with green hair, blue hair, blonde hair. I'm not sure what color hair it is now, but he played 33 minutes, was 3 for 9 for 9 points. Nobody else got shot the ball over 10 times for the starters. I wonder why. Anyway. We're not supposed to notice any of this stuff now. This is the funny thing. The stats are right here in front of us. But we're not supposed to notice any of this stuff when we look at it. Anyway, let's move on to the bench. The bench gave him 70 points. 24 of them came from Mr. Westbrook.
Mr. Big Money.
Yeah, he's getting paid the most on that.
47 million. 47.
Yeah. Mr. Gabriel gave him 14 in 24 minutes. It looks like Kelvin Nunn gave him 15. And that's really all there is to talk about in that game there. Okay. So we try to watch these games if they're at all possible to watch. Some of them become unbearable to watch. But at least this was a high-scoring affair between the Lakers and the Houston Rockets. High-scoring. Well, enough of that. Let's move on to the Eastern Conference where all the action is. And heading up the Eastern Conference is the Boston Celtics.
Beast.
Boston Celtics. They've won 33. They lost 12, 17 and 5 at home, 16 and 7 on the way. And in their last 10 games, they're 8 and 2. As a matter of fact, they have the best last 10 games of the whole freaking conference. Out of 15 teams, they have the best last 10 games at 8 and 2. Second is Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, they are 27 and 15. They have 4.5 games behind the Celtics right now. 4.5 games. They're 13 and 7 at home, 14 and 8 away. Not too bad. Their streak, though, they've lost 2 in a row.
Kevin's not back yet, though.
That's right. Kevin Durant went out. And there you go. They're done. And when he comes back, Kyrie's I hate to tell you guys this, you Brooklyn Net fans, they're old. They're old. How old is Kevin Durant?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Kevin Durant is 33, 34 if he's a day. Okay? And you want to play this guy big minutes, 82 games a year, not going to happen. Kyrie Irving cannot stay healthy. And Ben Simmons, he won't even score a point. So I don't know where everybody thought Brooklyn Nets were going to be challengers for the division or be big time. Oh, yeah, there is a guy, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith predicted that the Brooklyn Nets would be challengers for this division. They better hope Giannis and Chris Middleton never come back.
Patty Mills and Kevin Durant are the 2 oldest of the team, 34 years old.
34 years old. There we go. So he's out injured, and he should be out injured. As a matter of fact, he shouldn't have been playing so darn much.
Yeah.
Number 3, Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee comes in at 28 and 16, but Giannis has not played the last 3 games. So they lost 2 of those, and they won the last one they played last night. 28 and 16, 17 and 5 at home, pretty darn good. But at away, they're 11-11. They don't have a winning record away from Milwaukee. In the last 10 games, they're 6-4 with a win streak of 1. So they're not doing too great. But Philadelphia, on the other hand, has found their magic. Philadelphia is 27 and 16, 17 and 7 at home. They have a away record of 10 and 9, so they are above 500 on that. And they are 7 and 3 in the last 10 games. And they're not taking any prisoners. Joel Embiid is a beast. Then we come to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland was in second place at one time in the Eastern Division. But they've been mediocre the past 3 weeks. They have a record of 28-17, but they have the best home record. This is how they're staying in there, of 19-4. Away, they are 9-13. They can't win a game away, and that's where their weakness is. They don't play well when they're not in Cleveland. Who knows? They should probably play better when they're out of Cleveland. That place is a dump. In the last 10 games, they are 6-4 with a win streak of 1. Those are the first 5. Mr. James, let's see what we got for the next 5.
Mr. New York Knicks, they're 25-20, still at 500. 11-12, their home games.
11-12 at home.
14-8 away. They do pretty good away. Got to stay away, man.
You got to stay away.
They got a losing streak of 1. They won 7 of their last 3. I mean,
7 of the last 10.
The last 10, sorry. Then comes Miami Heat at number 7, 24-21, still at 500. They're 14-9 at home and 10-12 away.
They don't travel well.
They have a lost streak of 1, and they won six of their last 10. Indiana Pacers, 23-22. 23 wins, 22 losses, still at 500. 15-9 at home, 8-13 away. They can't play when they go away.
No.
Stay home, buddy, and stay home and play. They got a lost streak of 4, and they're 5-5 of the last 10.
So they've lost 4 in a row. They've lost 4 in a row. Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks, number 9. They're 22-22. Got to play those numbers. 22-22. They're still at 500. 12-9 at home and 10-13 away. Yeah, breaking even. They got a win streak of 3. And they're 5-5 of their last 10. Chicago Big Time Bulls, 20 wins, 24 losses. Come on now. They're at 455. They're under 500.
That's right.
12-10 at home, 8-14 away. They got a win streak of 1, and they're 5-5 of the last 10.
All right. The Toronto Raptors. Okay, and as we look at now, this is the bottom 5. This is 11 through 15. We have the Toronto Raptors who went into Madison Square Garden last night and beat the Knicks. Yeah, these guys. They are at 20-24. That means they've won 20 games and they've lost 24. They are 14-11 at home. They are 6-13 away, which means they are terrible away, yet they walked into Madison Square Garden and beat the Knicks last night. Back to 123-121. And in the last 10 games, they are 5-5. This is the problem with the Knicks. They have no backbone other than Julius Randle. They don't defend their home court. I don't know. I've heard this said that Madison Square Garden is a terrible place to play in if you're a home team because they're always cheering the other team. They want to show how giving and giving and loving that they are. The old liberal giving and loving, hug the other player. He's really not that bad of a guy, but you're trying to win. You're on your home court, and here they are cheering the other team.
You got to cheer them after the game. You got to hug them after the game, not during the game.
You should cheer them at all. Don't cheer them. Just, boo those sons. I mean, I wouldn't say boo them, but at least cheer your team.
This is the new eras. The new eras.
Okay, Washington Wizards, 18-26. They're 11-10 at home, 7-6 or 7-16 away. They are 5-5 in the last 10 games. They have a losing streak of 2. As a matter of fact, everyone below this has a losing streak going on. The Orlando Magic, 16-28. They have a losing streak of 2. Detroit Pistons, 12-25, losing streak of 2. And the Charlotte Hornets, the aforementioned Charlotte Hornets, which we started off the program with, 11-34. They're a little bit better than Houston. All right, Houston's won 10. And the worst team in the Eastern Conference has won 11. I guess that's bragging rights or something. But 11-34, they are 5-16 at home. They just got their butts handed to them by the Celtics yesterday at home. And they are 6-18 away. So it really doesn't matter where they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it really doesn't matter where they are because They're going to lose.
Same results.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. They have a losing streak of 5, and in the last 10 games, they are 2-8. 2-8. You know,
At least they come to play.
Michael Jordan is the greatest player I've ever seen. I got to preface this because I've seen from Walt Frazier to LeBron James now, and Michael Jordan's the greatest player I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. But as an owner, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of siding with Charles Barkley, but Mike doesn't talk to me anyway, so I don't have to worry about him not talking to me like he's doing Charles saying that something needs to change in his organization. Barkley said that, and now he won't talk to him. Well, I don't have to worry about Mike talking to me. I don't have to worry about him, just communicating with me.
Hey, Ray Allen's the same way, right? He don't talk to them guys no more.
Who's that?
Ray Allen.
Oh, Ray Allen, man. Ray Allen's got some. He's got some issues, some head issues. What Ray Allen did was he didn't call. They thought they were friends, and Ray Allen never thought that he was friends with them. They were just people he'd worked with. That's the way Ray felt. He was just somebody I worked with. So that's the way that worked. So Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and the team that they had in that 2008, they thought they were close. It was the whole Ubuntu thing.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that they were friends and family, and Ray didn't feel that way. So
I guess he didn't read the right chapter.
Right, he didn't get that memo, and he left him for Miami, who they had been, going up against with LeBron James.
Oh, wow.
And that turned the table. Actually, without Ray Allen, LeBron doesn't win his second championship there in Miami. He loses.
Yeah.
Ray Allen hit that shot, that impossible 3 with unbelievable shot that he made. They got it to him. Ray can hit it, especially when he doesn't have time to think about it. If he has time to think about it, he could have problems. When it's just a catch and shoot, he has to shoot it, bada boom. Dead eye.
That's it. Right on point. Right on point.
Well, I think that's all we got for you today. Oh, yeah. Yes, Tampa Bay lost. So that finishes off Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. My prediction is that he goes to Miami and wins the Super Bowl next year.
My prediction is he retires again and makes a comeback.
I think you're right. I think you're right, man.
He'll get Gronk again. Gronk, one more time, man. One more time, Gronk.
Yeah, he's gonna retire again. He's got to think this over. It's been a rocky 2022 for Tom Brady.
Yes, sir.
And here's hoping that 2023 gets better for you, buddy, because you're actually a pretty good guy, and you did everything that everybody asked you here in New England. Oh, actually, you're in New England, so you can say that. But you did everything that they asked you in New England. You put up with grumpy Bill Belichick, who's nothing but a loser without you. He's got a losing record. He just loses. And he's got pictures on Robert Kraft. That's the reason why he's still around, I guess, because and I think you should have 3 seasons to realize without Tom Brady, he's got nothing.
Yeah, it's time to rebuild.
Time to rebuild from the top down. Time to sell that team to somebody who wants to win.
Can't be buddies. You got to be partners, like Ray said. Work together.
Yeah. Ooh. You know what? I like Ray. He's a great shooter though, but he's got a little. He's got some quirks to him. Let's just put it that way.
We all do.
Yeah. We can't really. Hey man, I got a blue sky and puffy clouds here. What you got there in Boston?
I know we're about to end the show. It's been great.
He hates to talk about the weather.
Erick,
I don't know why. I'm his boy. Right? Me and him are like this. And he won't discuss the weather. Watch this. How's the weather up there, man? He's probably going to end the show.
There you go.
I'm Clay Morris. And listen, it's been our pleasure.
All right.
It's been our pleasure. We're signing off. Thank you very much. Have a happy Tuesday and a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday anyway.